What's your reaction when you need to make a presentation in English? Well, in today's video, I'll be giving you the language skills you need so you can present graphs in English and have successful presentations. Presenting in English can be extremely worrisome for English learners. That's why in this video, I'll be giving you the verb tenses, the verbs, and adverbs that you'll need to present graphs successfully. Hi friends, my name is Dr. B, the ESL doctor. On this channel, I make videos with English lessons and tips just like these to help you successfully improve your English and connect to your world. If that sounds good to you, please consider subscribing below and follow me on my social media channels. Now let's get into the 3 different verb tenses that you'll need to use when you're describing graphs in English. First of all, we can use the present perfect tense to describe activity within the current year or activity in a past year that still continues today, or a comparison between a previous year and today's activity. Here are some examples. In this year alone, the number of English learners has increased dramatically. The number of English learners has increased dramatically since 2010. Or, the number of English learners has increased dramatically for the last 10 years. Next, if we're talking about activity in a past year that has finished, we will use the simple past tense. For example, in 2008, the value of the US dollar dropped considerably. Finally, we can use a combination of the past perfect progressive and the simple past tenses when we're describing activity in a previous year where there's a change in direction. So for example, perhaps a number or sales are increasing when something causes it to suddenly decrease. Here's an example. In 2008, the number of English language learners had been increasing when the recession hit. Now let's talk about the verbs that you can use to describe the movement of a graph. Graphs have 3 possible movements, the first of which is to move upwards, then downwards, or side to side. And by side to side, we mean that overall, the graph doesn't move upwards or downwards. There isn't a net gain or net loss. First of all, let's go through the verbs that you'll use to describe an upward movement. And they are gain, improve, increase, jump, rise, rocket. And then we have 6 verbs that you can use to show a downward movement. And they are decrease, decline, drop, fall, lose, plummet. Finally, we have 4 verbs that you can use to show a side-to-side movement. Remember, these are movements that don't show an overall gain or loss. First of all, we have the verb fluctuate. To fluctuate means to change. So in this case, the graph will go up and then down, but overall there isn't any major gain or loss. Then we have stabilize and level off. In these cases, there is little to no movement of the graph. It's a very horizontal looking graph. Finally, we have recover. We use recover after a downward movement that has changed towards an upward movement. In this case, it's a net 0, but it is a recovery situation. Now it's time to look at the adverbs that you can use in conjunction with the verbs and verb tenses we've just learned about to really accurately describe a graph's movement. Now the adverbs we're going to learn describe small, large, fast, and slow movements. And you can use them in combination. So a movement can be both small and slow, or fast and large. Let's look at them now. For small movements, we're going to use the adverb slightly. For large movements, we're going to use one of the following adverbs: considerably, dramatically, enormously, significantly, substantially. For a fast movement, you can use one of the following adverbs: quickly, rapidly, sharply. And finally, for a slow movement, you can use the following adverb: gradually. Now I'm going to show you 3 graphs, and I'll give you 2 possible choices to describe the graph. In these cases, we're going to combine the verbs and adverbs that we've learned to accurately describe the graph's movements. In the first example, we have gradually stabilized. The second example is plummeted dramatically. And finally, our third example showed jumped enormously. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, learning the different verb tenses, verbs, and adverbs that we use to describe graphs and their movements. And be sure to check out the corresponding blog post because I've left some bonus material to continue practicing these verb tenses, verbs, adverbs, and even the prepositions that we use to describe graphs for presentations. And today's question of the day is, what recent trend have you observed? Let me know down below, and be sure to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel, because in my next video, we'll be taking 10 simple words and giving you the more advanced version.